Everybody's good with that? Then when we do our law of sines, the first thing we have to do is find a pair, right? We got to find a match set somewhere in the problem. And we have it. So we start with that, sine 75 over 16. Okay. Now, next, we pick any other pair. It doesn't matter, any other pair. So I might say sine 42 over h. Then I cross multiply. I want you guys paying attention now, because this is the easy stuff. We got to get this nailed, because there's a couple of hard things, as you know. H then will equal 16 sine 42 divided by sine 75. So let's all type that in on our calculator and make sure we can get the right answer. Make sure you are in degrees. 16 sine 42 divided by sine 75. And for h, I got 11.08. Remember, the directions did say nearest hundred. That's 2 decimal places, 11.08. Does anybody have a question about that? Katie?
It could be a bad question.
It probably isn't. Go ahead.
Is it always going to be sine?
Yes. This is the law of sines. So we're always going to be using sine.
Okay.
Yep.
I just was making sure.
Yep. Now, Katie, there is a law of cosines, but it looks totally different. If you're setting up these fractions, you're going to be using sine.
I was just making sure it was.
No. Now, we aren't done, though, are we? So now we're going to do exactly the same thing, only this time we'll use this pair. So we'll say sine 75 over 16 equals sine 63 over c. And then we'll multiply. So c sine 75 equals 16 sine 63. And c equals 16 sine 63 divided by sine 75. So 16 sine 63 divided by sine 75. And that works out to be 14.78. Or 76, I'm sorry, 76. 14.76. Now, does anybody have a question about that? Any questions about the top problems on the quiz, honey? Okay, then the next thing, let's practice our little simplifications, 4 of them today. Yeah, what?
What's the next quiz?
I don't know.
Like tomorrow? If it's
Could
tomorrow,
be.
I'm really not feeling
Could be.
it.
You've all had habitudes training on pop quizzes, so we'll see.
And I would react to it. I'm pretty sure I would react to it.
Okay, I promised you we'd practice a few of these each day, and I bet every day they're going to get easier. So let's see if we can do these. We are simplifying. Okay, so we're going to simplify these. So while I'm checking attendance, why don't you take a moment and see if you can do any of those on your own, if you can simplify any of them. I bet you can simplify at least 2 of them. Give it a shot. I absolutely think you can do 2 of them.
Katie.
Chop it off with a cracker.
So we're missing Suzanne, Megan, Karen, and Patrick, right?
No, actually,
I'm working on it.
Are they gonna record it? Make sure they
Okay, why do I hear talking, Katie Baumgartner? Why do I not see a piece of paper out with these problems copied down, working on it? Okay, we're all practicing these problems. We're seeing if we can do any of them. Remember, these are hard for us. But if we practice them, we can get good.
Do we have to memorize this?
You have to memorize the parts of the purple sheet that I told you to memorize so far. We are not going to memorize the whole purple sheet.
are you serious? Like even these half angle identities? Yup, college prep is my lifestyle. What kind of cracker is it? Bagel bite trains. Why not? Huh? How much your brand new? When I'm back.
You didn't even speak this.
When I'm back.
Did you speak to me into Maya for the second. Did your wife want to take you home again? No.
No, she cares about it.
They taking me home
Oh, I'm
6 days a week.
You're Brandon.
And Maya, I helped you take the odors out of your car.
Yeah, it did sort of work though. Hey, I could have got it from anybody. I could have got it from
All right, Ramo, I shouldn't hear your voice right now.
Are you coming to the Black History dinner tonight? I'm singing. I have a solo.
Jabron has a solo.
You have a solo.
He has a solo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody come out.
He's the lead tenor.
6.
Yeah, yes, I'm also involved in the gospel choir. I'm a participant.
I need Black History
Does he really have a solo?
Yeah.
Are we going to do mine?
I bet you have a beautiful voice.
Some people said it's a mix between Jesus and Fergie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It came up for amphetamine. It's for my health. Not whatever. No.
it's amphetamine.
But I passed for weed and that's why.
That's what I thought Katie was getting.
You have to have a certain amount in your body.
That's what I was telling you.
It's like the only person.
Okay. I hear a lot of talking, that tells me you've gotten them all figured out, right? I will not accept Mrs. Ford, I am so lost. I only accept Mrs. Ford, I'm going to try my hardest. This one right here is very easy. Jack, what was your thought on this one?
And you haven't heard
Tangent is sine over cosine. And when I multiply that by cosine over 1, these cancel and leave me with just sine. Now, I confirm simplifying complex trigonometric expressions can be difficult. Not bad. At this moment in time, everybody in this room should be able to do that. Who can't do it? The people that haven't memorized that tangent is sine over cosine, or the people who just are so lazy they've given up. Those are the only two categories of people who can't do this problem. Tyler Decker, do you want to be in one of those categories? I hope not.
You don't want to be in the category.
That is easy.
I'm in that
This
category.
one is equally easy. What is secant?
Secant is
1 over cosine.
cosine.
What is cotangent?
1 over tangent.
Cosine over sine.
What?
And that's just sine squared over 1.
I thought
Alright.
I thought cotangent was also 1 over tangent.
It is. But why would I
Oh,
rewrite it
because
that way
everything-
when I'm trying to get everything in
Gotcha.
sines and cosines?
That's true.
Now, what happens to the cosine? Gone. Now, this sine will cancel, but only with one of those, right? So this one doesn't work out to be 1, this one works out to be sine. Those two problems, I would feel perfectly comfortable putting on a quiz at this point.
Okay.
Now, these two are still a little bit harder. These two are still a little bit harder, so let's get focused. Abby,
I think I know.
what do you want to do with the first one, Abby?
Well, it's 1. Is it 1?
No.
Oh. Tan squared x doesn't that
She
equal?
left.
Okay, now
That's
Abby,
probably-
you're thinking along the right path. Are you chewing gum? You're thinking along, oh, you still owe me for a calculator too. So now you owe me Kleenex and 50 cents.
It's 50 cents.
Abby, you do this
Now.
every day, girl. Every day.
Tangent squared, Abby, you were thinking along the right path. You actually were thinking along the right path, but you had your identity wrong. 1 plus tangent squared is secant squared. That's your identity. That's what you have to have memorized. Now, what would happen if you subtracted this 1 from both sides? Then all you would have over here is tangent squared equal to secant squared minus 1.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can take out the tangent squared and replace it with secant squared minus 1. Tangent squared, these are called the Pythagorean identities. They have,
I'm sorry. It's fine. You don't have to. Just let me, you just let me do this. Let me just start singing. Sorry.
Oh, one of these
Taylor, what are
mornings,
you
and it
doing?
won't be
It's
long.
sorry.
okay. I have a mom
Jesus.
too. I have a mom
Please,
too.
please.
No, we can't be on our phone in class.
He's able.
Yeah, Jabron.
He's able.
Sing our solo.
He's
Alright, here we go.
able. That's a Genesis.
You can try the next one when I finish this one, okay? Now, take a look at this. Yesterday, we spent a lot of time talking about this numerator. What can I do with the numerator?
Factor.
I can factor it. It's the difference of squares. Secant squared minus 1 is going to factor how?
Secant squared plus 1, secant squared
plus
minus
1 and secant minus 1. Now, not squareds. When I split it up, Jabron, they become regular secant.
Yeah, I forgot.
And then, of course, what happens? The reason I did all that,
Cancel.
so this one goes down to secant plus 1.
Wow.
Tim. Okay, what did you do? Okay, secant x minus 1 is not tan x. Secant squared minus 1 is tangent squared, but those identities only work if they're squared. The Pythagorean identities have to be squared. Now, Abby, did you say you had a plan for this?
Yes.
Or what was your idea?
Is 1 minus cosine squared x equals sine?
It does, Abby.
So then.
Abby says, time out, I'm gonna come back to you. Abby says, look, my numerator, 1 minus cosine squared equals sine squared. So she's gonna rewrite her problem as sine squared over sine, and you are exactly right. Are we turned on?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what's next, Abby? You canceled, and what were you left with? Just sine x. Just sine x, and you're exactly right. So on a level of difficulty, these two are the easiest. This one is the next easiest, although it's tougher because you have to know that identity. And then this one was the hardest of the four.
She said next
Okay?
easiest. Not medium, but next easiest.
Huh? A bug. Where is it?
Kill it.
It looks
Why?
good.
Where did it come from?
How long has it been here? It's dead.
Don't kill it.
Dead.
At last,
Great white hunter.
the sting bug is gone. Bad try for motherfuckers.
Okay.
You be playing. You gotta see your.
And you need to do like the real, you need to get your own like.
Now we are going back
He told me to sing it.
to
I sang
yesterday. Yesterday, we talked about something
Oh, now
very odd. We talked about the ambiguous case. We talked about the situation using the law of signs where we could have no answer, one answer, or two answers.
Two answers.
We were in the middle of a problem which I asked you to finish last night. And I know a couple of you actually finished it before you left the room. But this is note sheet 41,
Oh.
and I think it's B, right? Wasn't it B we were on? So I am drawing my triangle. And remember, when you draw your triangle, you may draw it any way you want, as long as you have side A across from angle A. Okay, the side A has to be across from angle A. Now, do you see a pair here?
I
So
see a
we will
pair.
say sine 76 over 18 equals sine B over 20. Now, the minute you do that, you go on alert, because when you do the law of sines and your angle is the variable, this is where we have to worry about how many triangles we could have. All right, so we're going to cross multiply, so we have 18 sine B equals 20 sine 76. Now, when we divide by both sides, we only divide by the 18, okay? Only the 18. So we're left with sine B equal 20 sine 76 over 18. Now, I don't want to have any confusion about this, so I would like everyone to get out his or her calculator. Make sure that you are set in degree mode. So I'm going to wait. I want the calculators out. I want to see you pressing your mode button to make sure you're in degrees. And then we're going to type in 20 sine 76, close your parentheses, divided by 18 equals. Did everybody get 1.078 something? Yes. Okay? Now, press second sign, second answer. And remember, the answer button is the negative button, clear at the bottom. And press enter. You got an error. You should have gotten an error. That means this triangle has no solution. Remember, when the directions say how many triangles, your options are 2, 1, none. This is a none. When the calculator gives you an error message, it means there's no answer. Then you move on. Next problem. We're done with that one. We're doing the next one. So the next one says, angle A is 85, side A is 15, side B is 25. Now
Well, you said you have
remember,
a game of me?
we're going to use the law of sines, Jabron. We're going to use the law of sines. We have to have a pair, right? Here it is. A set, angle A, side A. So what will the setup be?
Sine 85.
Sine 85 over 15 equals sine B over 25. Now, look where that variable is. This puts me on alert. I'm going to have to check for 2 answers. Now, I didn't check for 2 answers over here because there weren't any answers. But if I get an answer, I'm going to have to check for a second answer. We did that yesterday. We'll do it again today. Here we go. 25 sine 85 equals 15 sine B. Now, when you divide, you only divide by 15. So the sine of B equals 25 sine 85 over 15. We're going to type this one in when you're ready. We'll just round off to the nearest 100. So 25 sine 85, close your parentheses, divided by 15 equals.
Why is it 15 sine B over 15? Why is it over 15?
No, I divided by 15.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
the next step. I divided.
Gotcha, okay.
I got no solution again.
Same.
Boy, we like those. Those are easy. Jack.
If it's over once, then no solution.
Exactly. When you type this in and get a decimal, you're always going to get a decimal here. If that decimal is over 1, it's not going to work. Because remember, sine curves only go up to 1 and down to -1. So if you have a value higher than 1, it isn't going to work ever. And we did. So next. Here we go. We're doing D. I wonder if we're ever going to get one that has an answer.
Yeah.
If you type 25 sine 85 divided by 15, you should get an angle. You should get a number bigger than 1. And then when you second sign that, it gives you an error message. Remember, you have to second sign it. Okay, Jordan Bruns, give me the setup for this one. Equals. Perfect. There's the setup. Everybody's following along, so when we have a quiz over this, we will know what to do. So 12 sine 42 equals 22 sine B. So Jabron, I'm going to divide by 22. So 12 sine 42 over 22 equals sine B. You know what to do.
Let me set you up for the next one.
Yeah, can we both tag team on that?
Okay, wait, we're not done with this one.
But next one, I got next.
No, I
Basketball
didn't
court
say the
game, I got
first
next.
one.
Look what you have done.
All right, so here we go, I'm ready to type it in. 12 sine 42, close my parentheses, divided by 22. Oh, I didn't get bigger than 1, so second sine, second answer equals, I got 21.41. Does anybody match that? Okay. Now, here's the critical next step. Draw another picture with the given. Exactly what you had before, draw another picture.
It's one. The answer is
Now, there could be a second angle B. You found one angle B.
subtract 180.
The second one would be 180 minus that one. Check to see if the supplement, 180 minus this, which happens to be 158.59, is it possible for that supplement to also be an answer?
No.
No, because these two add up to more than 180. So this triangle isn't possible. How many solutions do we have? One. Remember, when the question is how many triangles, your options are 2, 1, or none. This is a case where there's only one. Bryce.
Where did you get that 158?
It's always the supplement of the angle you found. 180 minus the angle you found. It's always the same thing. It's always 180 minus the one you found.
I'm sure you got things.
All right, I'm drawing a picture of the next one. Maya Brownlow, did you say you wanted to set this up for me?
Okay, sine 60 over 9, and then sine B over, what's the other one, 10?
You are exactly right.
Kobe.
Yep, that was done.
Now we will cross multiply. Yeah, we're finished. We finished this one. There's one triangle. That's all you have to do is say one and move on.
That's right.
I'm feeling confused.
I can give you the answer if I lose it.
Really?
Yeah, I already know the answer.
What kind of dancer?
Jabron. 10 sine 60 divided by 9. Second sine, second answer. I got 74.21. Tell me if you match.
Oh, sorry.
Now, what do I do? Once I get my first answer, what do I do?
180 minus 70.
Well, I redraw my picture and I say, okay, would it be possible for this angle to be 105.79?
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Yes, because these two make less than 180. So this problem has 2 triangles. Jack?
We can solve this just all in the calculator. Do we have to draw the pictures? Or is it just?
You do not have to draw the pictures. If you don't have any work shown though, and you have the wrong answer, I can't give you any partial credit. So make real sure that you know what you're doing.
I'm loving it.
All right, you ready for the last one? Number F or letter F?
The F.
All right, here we
There's
go.
some F's on it. Great in the class.
What do you see over there?
Can I set this one up?
Yep,
Okay.
we get the picture drawn
My
first.
time to shine.
Okay, Jabron, what's your setup gonna be?
Sine 54 over 2 equals sine B over 9.
Perfect.
Do what?
So Jabron has set it up for us. Is everybody good? So 9 sine 54 equals 2 sine B.
She's a genius in the name of Jesus.
So the sine of B will equal 9 sine 54 over 2. We got
Error.
an error message, and when we get that error message, what does that tell us?
No answer. No
No
solution.
triangles.
No try.
Remember, we can have 0, 1, or 2. This is a problem where we have okay? All right, let's get out a piece of paper. Thomas, we're going to turn this off. Let's get out a piece of paper, and we're going to go ahead and just write down